Good morning. We're going to call them. Good morning. We're going to call the meeting to order and start the meeting with a legal notice. As information for our audience, if you're not satisfied with the decision made by the Metropolitan Board of Fair Commissioners today, you may appeal the decision by petitioning for a writ of cert with the Davidson County Chancery or Circuit Court. Your appeal must be filed within 60 days of the date of entry of the board's decision. To ensure that your appeal is filed in a timely manner and that all procedural requirements have been met, please be advised that you should contact your own independent legal counsel. All right, the meeting is called to order. We are reviewing, a special meeting has been called for today, and the purpose is consideration of a ground lease with Nashville Soccer Holdings Development, LLC, and the land surplus declaration that we've been asked to consider and vote on. All right. I turn it over to fellow commissioner. Or legal counsel, or where do we stand here? Who's going to speak?
Yeah, Mr. Cooper.
Good morning. I don't know if that's on. Although I'm sure we can hear you.
Thank you. Good morning. So since Tuesday's meeting, we've had a series of negotiations with the team, and the team ownership group has agreed to pay an additional $14.5 million over the term of the lease agreement to the fairgrounds. So I think that is certainly more than the nominal rent that the council included in their resolution language. So to get to that amount, the original lease that was submitted to you only had rent going up through the first 30 years to match the stadium lease term. That has been expanded to include all 99 years. After year 30, the rent goes up 5%, and then every 10 years thereafter, another 5%. So that's how we get to the $14.5 million over the term. So that has been agreed to by the administration and the team and is being presented to you for your consideration today.
Okay. Thank you for the hard work and effort at the last minute. We appreciate it. Any discussion or questions from commissioners?
Just to get us into order, legal counsel has given me some motions, so we have two consecutive motions that we'll need to approve first. First is I move we declare the 10 acres, which is the subject of the proposed mixed-use ground lease to be surplus property.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Do we have further discussion on that? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay.
All right, the second would be for the lease, and then we'll have discussion on that. So I move we approve the mixed-use ground lease between the Fair Board and Nashville Soccer Holdings Development, LLC, subject to further approvals by the Metropolitan Government, including the Metro Council, and that we authorize the chair to make any non-substantive corrections to the form or language as may be deemed necessary upon the recommendation of the executive director in consultation with the Department of Law.
We have a motion and a second. We have discussion.
I'll just kind of give a little overview of our discussions the past 2 days, and I wanted to thank the team, Mary, and they're just been able to have a lot of back and forth, and feel really good about where we are. We've addressed a lot of the board's concerns. Like a lot of negotiations, there was a lot of back and forth. I think this really is a compromise and merits a lot, and they listened to a lot of concerns the board's had about the escalation from talking with people that I was researching with around ground leases, and that escalation clause at a kind of a 10-year period was more on par with a common practice, while the 30-year start date is a little different than usual, but that is kind of to help alleviate some of the pricing and pressures that they're dealing with affordable housing that they're having to deal with in that first 30 years. In terms of the parking, I think I've gotten a little bit better, comfortable with the model and how that will work in our regards. And I think one thing I'll discuss with Laura, and I discussed also with Mary, just want to get a little clarity from Laura on the record. I know, and if the board will remember, in some of our other contracts, specifically the fairground, the state fair, and the racetrack, when we have a kind of a revenue split percentage, where there is some audit, some language around audit. This is a little bit different situation, being that this is an ancillary revenue versus kind of a primary source of revenue. But just, we don't have that language in here, but we do have, administrative ability to do that if needed.
That's correct. And also in our standard Metro contracts, and Susan can correct me if I'm wrong, auditing is a standard term in Metro contracts.
Typically it is. I'll defer to Mr. Cooper on that issue.
So all in all, I think it was a really big win. We've got a deal that's fair to us, addresses a lot of our concerns, and really helps put us in a position to get this thing moved on to the next level in the Metro Council, and to do what we've all been working toward, which is redevelopment of the fairgrounds. With that, I renew my motion.
Thanks, Commissioner, for all your hard work. Appreciate it. I do think that as we vote on this, there's been comments sort of out there in the air saying that this is a different deal than last fall. I think the only thing that's changed is it's a better deal all around. It's a better financial deal. It's better for the fairgrounds. This is the result of a lot of hard work and a lot of give and take. So commend everybody involved with it, including the team, on trying to make this the best possible deal for the fairgrounds.
Any other comments or questions? Yeah, thank you, everybody, for working on this. Are we ready to vote? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. No further business before the board. We have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, meeting is adjourned.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information about this and other programs, visit nashville.gov.